please present the memento to Professor Vandana Sharma, Dean School of Languages, Central University of Jammu. Ma'am, please present the memento to Professor Kalpana Rani Jayal. Please present the memento to Ms. Rashmi Chaudhary, representative from NCB Jammu Zonal Unit. Please welcome Professor Yashpal Sharma, Dean Faculty of Life Sciences. Please present next memento to Professor Yashpal Sharma. Thank you, ma'am. What comes to your mind when I say the word development? Multi-storied buildings, modern technology, perhaps even flying cars. The global scenario after the World War II was somewhat similar. Social justice, environmental protection, human rights rarely occupied a central place in development discourse. This changed with the first global meeting linking environment and development, the Stockholm Conference of 1972. It introduced the idea that environment too is essential for human well-being. And with the Brundtland Commission report of 1987, the idea of sustainable development materialized, giving rise to the classic definition: development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. This paved the way for Millennial Development Goals, which were a cluster of 8 global goals which focus mainly on poverty, health and education. While these goals were successful in reducing extreme poverty, improving school enrollment and reducing infant and maternal mortality, some gaps still remained. It was in this order to cover these gaps that the need was felt for formulating more universal, holistic and inclusive goals. Thus, the Sustainable Development Goals were introduced in Rio Conference in 2012. But what is the ground reality? We know the goals, but what path leads to them? What action can we as academic and legal institutions and even as individuals in our daily life take which will result in the realization of these goals? This is what today's panel discussion is going to revolve around. With that, I would like to introduce 3 key topics which we aim to talk about. The first is, how can laws operationalize SDGs? Second, how can academia contribute through research, curriculum and policy advocacy? And the third is, how can institutions and enforcement agencies together ensure equitable outcomes? We have an amazing panel today, and from professors to office bearers, and I am sure this is going to be a very holistic discussion, covering all the major topics there are to be discussed regarding this. With that, I would now invite our speakers to share their insights, starting with Professor Arvind Jastotia, former Head and Dean, Department of Law, Jammu University.
Namaste and good afternoon. Coming to the law school is always like a homecoming because I spent a lot of time in the law school, first as an academic coordinator and twice as director of the law school. So a big round of applause for the students of the law school. Then the faculty members headed by Dr. Seema Mitra, who is the director of the law school, and the dignitaries on the dais and of the dais. Friends, the time limit is always, now there is a warning that we should not go beyond 5 to 10 minutes. So what I'll be presenting is basically a sum up of what has been said at the inaugural session. But the topic which I've chosen is climate justice in a climate constrained world. Because the issue is sustainable development, the issue is the human rights, and the issue is the recovery of the planet Earth. So when we, environment basically doesn't exist as a sphere which is separate from human actions, ambitions and needs. We influence environment and in turn we are influenced by the environment. When we talk about climate change, You know, earlier it was, if you look at the UNFCCC, it says that climate change is a common concern of humankind. And if you look at the Paris Agreement and the latest agreement which is held in Brazil recently, it says that climate change is an existential crisis. Now, coupled with this, climate change is also a human challenge. Now, how to reconcile about it? So, the first thing which is we should ponder for this is that what is the tragedy of the commons? Because it is the commons which are subject to over exploitation.